XWE was a great time for me. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good people. Probably the greatest time I ever had was with my buddy, the Madman Lee Braddeck. And Craig's a great guy, great friend, still great friend, love him to death. And we actually got thrown together on a whim. We both had brothers in our storylines, and they both decided to cop out on us and go to Team Canada. We started hanging out. We realized that for being as opposite as everybody thought we were, we had a lot in common. And so, you know, it made our click in the ring, our chemistry, that much better. And when I think about me and Craig doing the XWE, it brings one particular incident to mind. I walked in for my first day at this building, and Craig walked up to me and he said, "Hey man, we're back, you know, they put us back together again." I said, "Hey man, that's awesome, that'll work great, let's do it." And they wanted us to play face, and at the time the XWE had no tag team division whatsoever. And we got about 30 seconds into the match and I realized this wasn't going to work. So I made a blind tag to Lee and got in the ring and told Craig, the other Craig, it's kind of funny, there was a Craig on both teams in that match, told him that we were playing the heels. So we started running the heels, and then that legitimate tag team went down. And the owner walked up to us and he said, "Look, I don't have anything for you guys to do. I can't worry about you guys every week. So I'm going to need you guys to come up with something." And Craig and I, we were offended at first, and then we sat down and we realized that this was a great opportunity for us. And so we sat down and we created the best storyline that the XWE has probably ever seen. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I turned my back on Craig. And the night I turned my back on Craig, it was, you know, it was this angle where I was going to hit him in the head with a chair and he was going to, you know, he was supposed to bleed and the whole deal. Well, something happened. He ended up having to go to the hospital. And it sucks because when you do that, you know, it's supposed to be an angle, and then when somebody actually has to go to the hospital, you feel bad about it, especially, you know, a good friend like Craig. And his girlfriend at the time was our ring announcer. And so we figured what better way to do it than to be personal, so we decided to pull her into it. And, you know, I turned my back on him, and I challenged him for the ownership of our tag team, and he obliged the next week. And what nobody will ever see, other than the people who were there, was probably one of the most innovative things we ever did. We were doing, you know, 2.5, almost 3-hour shows at the time. So we used the intermission. We gave fans 15-minute intermission, grab some air, a cigarette, you know, whatever. We used that, and it actually went over so well that a fan who knew me in my own personal life grabbed a hold of her son and said, you know, "Dane's lost his fucking mind. I'm out of here." And that was when it really struck me that that this was gonna be something memorable and great. And when it came time for him to get over on me in the last man standing match, he gave me the mental breakdown through 2 tables to the concrete floor, and the referee got to 9. And Trez dropped down a low blow to the ref to stop the count. And when she did that, you know, Craig turned around and he freaked out. I hit him with my finisher, and you know, the referee counted to 10, and they put us in the pre-main event before a casket match for the heavyweight championship. And we took so much from that crowd. We had so much heat on our angle that when the casket match came up next, the crowd was dead. They actually booed Treza and I harder for winning and louder for winning than they cheered for Phoenix for winning his casket match. the heel got a louder boo than the face did a pop. And I got a new tag team partner because we finally heard the tag team belts were coming. So we were, like I said, we worked this angle so that we could come back together as a tag team. And I got a new tag team partner, Insane Brian Zane, IBZ. And Craig got him a new tag team partner, Vinny Kodiak Capelli. But we ended up actually putting back together an old face tag team that the fans absolutely loved. I beat up IBZ, my partner, in that match. Craig beats up, Kodiak, his partner, in that match. We pin our own tag team partners, and we walk out with the tag team belts. And that night we actually got our walking papers from the XWE, and that was probably the worst time I had in the XWE, but it immediately followed one of the best. A good friend of mine, probably one of my best friends, the Madman Lee Braddeck. Craig, if you see this, I love you, bro.